Okay, let's just wait for this to start. Okay, looks like we're good to go. So let me pop out the chat here. All right. Scroll on down. Oh, we'll stay there. That looks good. Let's get everything else ready to go here. All right. So let's get back into our game first of all. All right, everybody, welcome. This is Diablo 2, Lord of Destruction. It is my absolute favorite game of all time. There we go. I think our cam is good to go. I think I'd have to adjust it a little bit. So this is my favorite game of all time. I've mulled it over for a long time about what my favorite game was. You know, putting it in like a top 10, like subcategorization. And I've come to the conclusion over the past couple of years that I think this game tops them all. There's nothing else like it. It is a genre-defining series. And there's just no other game that came close to it. There's a couple of games out there, I think, that tried to replicate it, but wasn't able to really do it. Like, I think, in my personal opinion, the game that's closest to Diablo 2 is Sacred, or Sacred Gold now. But it doesn't quite have the essence of Diablo 2. I just want to let you guys know that I'm playing with 0 mods. There is no bullshit. Nothing that I'm playing with right now that alters the game. I am going to be playing online exclusively on the US East server. I'm only playing hardcore ladder characters. Go big or go home. I can't play this game on single player. I played this game for years and years on single player, and it just got boring to me. And I couldn't do it anymore. I just simply couldn't do it. And so I only play hardcore because it's like, you know, you want there to be some risk. And I'm going to be playing whatchamacallit, a self-found character. I'm going to be playing a character that basically the only way I acquire gear is through drops and through vendors. I will not be buying, I will not be trading, I will not be begging or haggling or anything with any other players. Now, if I play in a game with other people and, you know, something drops, that's fair game. But, you know, if somebody's trying to give me something, I simply just can't accept it. Or at least I won't accept it for that character. That's the way I'll kind of play that. But I'm not going to be, like, going into, give me free items game or something like that. So, it's completely self-found. My whole goal of this campaign is to find an old school item that was very popular back in the patch 0.8, 1.08, which is the Cruel Colossus blade of Quickness. Those were really massively powerful and popular then. It was basically what you wanted to do was to get all the way up to the hell difficulty, find a Cruel Colossus blade, and then there was like a Herodic Cube recipe where it was like 3 chip gems plus the blade itself, and then, you know, you have a chance of actually like re-rolling the affixes on it, the prefixes and suffixes of the sword itself. But they changed that. You can still do the recipe, but it'll drop your item level down to 30, I believe. And basically what that means is that we won't ever be able to get the affixes that we want on it. So we're going to have to actually find one. That's quite unfortunate. And I know, you know, I've done a little bit of Googling about it over the years, and, you know, a lot of the overpowered rune words and whatnot kind of have replaced it. But I've really wanted to find one and use it. So that's kind of what we're going to do. I don't really know what my ultimate goal for the campaign other than the quest for the Cruel Colossus blade of Quickness. I am playing on a new ladder. The ladder reset, I think it was like November 24th, and it resets every May and every November. So I'm going to be playing for a little while, and every once in a while, I guess. You know, this isn't going to be like a dedicated, real, true thing that I'm going to be like doing all the time. I'm going to be just doing it kind of like, you know, whenever, but, you know, frequently, because I have been in the mood to play some Diablo 2. Some Diablos. So, before we get started, let me just check on one thing here. Let's go into... I think my stream should be good to go. I just want to double check. And looks like we are good to go here. Excellent. Okay. So we don't have anything to worry about there. All right, let's get back into the game. There we go. Okay, so we should probably create a new character. I thought about this a little bit. I was going to do an Amazon at first, but I thought, nah. I kind of want to go with something a little bit safe, especially if it's going to be a self-found character. It's been a little while since I played. I think I was playing this game like last summer in 2016. And I don't know. I played it, and I played it, and I played it, and then I eventually got bored. And unfortunately, Blizzard implemented these like draconic rules to the game like several patches ago, years ago, you know, where it's like if you created a character and you couldn't just create the character and just go with it. You actually had to play the game for so many hours. I think it's like two hours, and it doesn't have to be consecutively. It's just cumulatively. So it's like if I booted up Miss Magicide here and played with her for like 5 minutes, that would count. And then, you know, maybe like next week I played with her again, and I played for 6 hours or something like that. You know, it'd be 6 hours plus those 5 minutes. The other thing too is like if you don't, you could create as many accounts as you want, but it's like if there's enough inactivity, the account will just disappear. And same thing with your characters too. You have to actually play with them every so often. I think it's like once every like 30 days after they've been permed, meaning they became permanent. So let's jump right in. I think I'm gonna play as a necromancer. Oh yeah, we're gonna definitely do hardcore. Ain't it dead yet? Nice skinny puppy reference there. All right, let's jump right in. Come on. I think with me like alt-tabbing out of the game and stuff, I think I need to reset the connection. I think I might have to. Come on. Yeah, I'm gonna have to reset this, so that's fine. Just go into our account here. There we go. Enter our chat. So, still don't know what the gem does, you know? That's always been like a big secret over the years, and I don't think anybody has ever found out what the actual gem does, but I always leave it activated. I'm still kind of curious. If any of you guys know what the actual gem does and can provide me with some kind of like proof, some real proof of what it does, let me know, please. That'll definitely help solve that mystery from years and years ago. All right, so let's just jump right in. I think for the start, I'm gonna play maybe a private game, I think, until we get going. I think that probably works the best. So, there we go. All right, and as far as all of the dialogue options and all the little cutscenes and everything, we're gonna let them roll. I'm not gonna skip through them, so everybody can enjoy the stuff.
Oh, greetings, stranger. I'm not surprised to see your kind here. Many adventurers have traveled this way since the recent troubles began.
Greetings, stranger.
No doubt you've heard about the tragedy that befell the town of Tristram. Well, some say that Diablo, the Lord of Terror, walks the world again. I don't know if I believe that, but a dark wanderer did travel this route a few weeks ago. He was headed east to the mountain pass guarded by the rogue monastery. Maybe it's nothing, but evil seems to have trailed in his wake. You see, shortly after the wanderer went through, the monastery's gates to the pass were closed, and strange creatures began ravaging the countryside. Until it's safer outside the camp and the gates are reopened, I'll remain here with my caravan. I hope to leave for Lutka Lane before the shadow that fell over Tristram consumes us all. If you're still alive then, I'll take you along. You should talk to Akara, too. She seems to be the leader of this camp. Maybe she can tell you more.
Right. Okay, so we're gonna be playing as a fairly standard zoomancer. You know, I'm gonna just try to summon a whole bunch of skeletons and everything. And as far as our cool Colossus blade, it's going to be going on a barbarian as soon as I actually find one. If I find one, you know, if we get that way, if we get that far into it, because we are playing on hardcore, and you know, there's always a chance of something really bad happening. So let's just meet all of our townspeople.
Welcome, Outlander, to our glorious hovel. I know you're here to challenge the evil that's driven us from our ancestral home. But know this. Akara may be our spiritual leader, but I command the rogues in battle. It will take more than just killing a few beasts in the wilderness to earn my trust.
Yeah. Alright, let's go talk to Akara and get our first mission.
I am Akara, High Priestess of the Sisterhood of the Sightless Eye. I welcome you, traveler, to our camp, but I'm afraid I can offer you but poor shelter within these rickety walls. You see, our ancient sisterhood has fallen under a strange curse. The mighty citadel, from which we have guarded the gates to the east for generations, has been corrupted by the evil demoness Andariel. I still can't believe it, but she turned many of our sister rogues against us and drove us from our ancestral home. Now the last defenders of the sisterhood are either dead or scattered throughout the wilderness. I implore you, stranger, please help us. Find a way to lift this terrible curse, and we will pledge our loyalty to you for all time.
For all time. Alright, give me my quest, damn it.
There is a place of great evil in the
Den of evil.
wilderness. Kasha's rogue scouts have informed me that a cave nearby is filled with shadowy creatures and horrors from beyond the grave. I fear that these creatures are massing for an attack against our encampment. If you are sincere about helping us, find the dark labyrinth and destroy the foul beasts. May the Great Eye watch over you.
Alright, so here's our quest. We gotta look inside the Den of Evil and just clear out all the monsters. Pretty standard. It used to be back in the day that, I believe it was when you finished that quest, I think it gave you a skill point, and she gave you like some janky magic ring. But now it changed to where you could basically respec your stats. So if we... Not that, let's see here. No. I gotta remember what my buttons were. Not that. No. Okay, that's for my person. What the hell button was it? Oh, that's right. B. No. Wait, that's B. Which button was it that I had to... There we go. T. Okay, so we are going to go heavy into summoning skills. Like I said, we're gonna kind of play this a little easily. Let's talk to Charcy, and then we'll talk to Geed.
Hi there, I'm Charcy, the blacksmith here in camp. It's good to see some strong adventurers around here.
Oh shit.
Hi there, I'm Charcy.
Well, hey, how you doing there, man? Conqueror of Tibet? Not quite. You know, I did just get the save file earlier. Brett actually emailed it back to me and was saying that we're in kind of dire straits at the moment. Apparently there's been a crusade that's been called against us, and China's in a war with us with like a stack of 135,000 troops apparently, with the try to make us a tributary. So
Good to see you.
I haven't actually checked out the save file yet. I'm kind of a little reticent to do so. So let's listen to the introduction again.
Hi there, I'm Charcy, the blacksmith here in camp. It's good to see some strong adventurers around here. Many of our sisters fought bravely against Diablo when he first attacked the town of Tristram. They came back to us true veterans, bearing some really powerful items. Seems like their victory was short-lived, though. Most of them are now corrupted by Andariel.
So I'm not going to sit there and go through all of the different conversation things. You guys, if you guys play this game, I mean, it's cheap if you wanted to buy it from Blizzard. I'm just going to do their introductions so everybody knows what's up. I'm pretty sure this game is so old, everybody's played it at one time or another. But, you know, if I'm going to go through it in live stream, let's do it the right way.
A necromancer? I hoped I'd never have to lay my eyes on one of your kind again. The recent troubles in this area have brought out all kinds, I see. Nevertheless, your money's good. A spare weapon, some gold, a small gem is all I want in exchange for the equipment you'll need on whatever quest you might undertake. No, don't be shy. All of my items are guaranteed for life and come with a 2-day warranty.
You know, I've always really wanted to play the barbarian build, the Horker, where basically you just use find item and then you just sit there and gamble constantly. I've never done one before, but I know it needs like some specific skills.
All who oppose me, beware.
So didn't I actually have the ability to summon monsters? Stuff. Oh, that's why. Duh. All right, so here we are. Let's start this up. Wait, it's been a while since I played. Over a year. I figured, you know, honestly, about it, I thought about not playing again and just waiting for Blizzard to potentially make like a remaster of this, because the online functionality of this game and just, I guess the code behind it has just made it like rampant for cheaters and hackers and things, and it just destroys the game. You know, if they do end up doing like a remaster, let's say an HD remaster, like I'm really hoping that they don't change the graphics too much, or at least the design. I kind of like the old pixelated art style. Alright, just for in the beginning, I'm going to pick up everything so we can make some money. Hoping to get a little bit of armor here. Alright, we gained our first level. So, right. We should absolutely do our ray skeleton at first. Can I get 2 of them now? Yes. Fabulous. So we're gonna want to spam these things. The last time I played last year, I did the same build. And it was quite fun. I mean, there's nothing really that unique about it. But when you're playing a hardcore and you start getting into the upper difficulties and you're not sitting there like trading or buying items or playing some like or playing with like some cheats or something, it becomes quite difficult. And especially if you're just trying to do it to get items, to MF, Magic Find. Alright, there we go. Then we got some armor. Ooh, nice. Okay, we got a refilling shrine, don't need that. Let's go find their Den of Evil. Sucks at the beginning because we got our stamina meter down here, so it means anytime we pick up stamina potions, we're gonna need to hoard them for a little while. So right now, I don't think I'm gonna be doing like many runs as they were. You know, like if we finish Act 1 and come back and start trying to do whatchamacallit? Endarial runs. I don't think I'm going to do that yet. I don't know if I actually really want to live stream myself doing a bunch of runs. It seems a little bit boring to me to have you guys watch that. I'm going to have to go back to town here and sell this shit. The Crusade in China Tributary Wars. Sounds fun. As for Diablo 2, 'tis a true classic. They don't make them like that anymore. You goddamn right they don't make that anymore. It sucks, you know, like, I've always looked for an alternative, right? And besides, like I was saying before, it was Sacred. I think Sacred is truly, like, the game that comes closest to replicating Diablo 2. I mean, the next one in line would have to be Path of Exile. And I've got mixed feelings about Path of Exile. I actually did originally think about doing a stream of Path of Exile, or at least doing a series on it, but I just can't get into it. Like, I like the game. It looks like shit, for one. It looks like a game that would have come out like in 2007. And I hate its economy. I hate its crafting economy type thing. I mean, it's a good idea, I think, in theory, but in practice, I just can't do it.
Good day.
Let's sell all of our shite here. Let's buy a toe. Usually when I play Diablo 2, just to give you guys a heads up. Usually I try to run and get most of the waypoints first. I mean, you know, assuming I could actually survive the area. But I always try to go after them first. Because I'm an elitist, completist, that type of thing. You know, if it's like, if you really need to get access to an area, I like to have the access. So I don't mind. We're going to be doing this kind of slow going. So if you guys have the patience to watch, you guys will be like, Jesus Christ, man. You guys should already be done with the Dead of Evil. Yeah, I'm going to take my time. This is a game I enjoy playing, so I want to enjoy playing it. Simple as that.
I sense death within this place.
Yeah, see, this is the problem. Goddamn stamina meter. But then you can set it to walk instead of running. You can actually recover some of it. Alright, so anybody out there watching that has never played this game, or doesn't know too much about it, this is your first quest. So if you look at your quest log, you have 6 quests per act. This is your first one. Basically, you just come in here and you have to destroy all the enemies here. Alright, so we gotta... Let's do skeleton mastery. Make our skellies a little stronger. Nice, we got a stash. Or a stash. Actually, on day. Put our potions there. We got some quilted armor. I've done, like, 100% self-found characters before in the past, like a long time ago. You mean the original Fallout? I haven't played it, but I have booted it up. Like, I bought it here on Steam, and I think I bought it on GOG. And then, I had to download, like, the fixes and whatnot for it. And I actually did get it up and running and started playing it, just to see if I could play it, but I just... You know, it was ironic, because I actually did it, but I really wasn't in the mood to play it. So it sat on my computer forever. And I just ended up uninstalling it. So, long answer is no, I actually have not played it. And there have been various times where I've been looking into playing it, right? But I really wanted to kind of get like a handle of whether or not you want to start with the first game, the second one, or it seems like the consensus is that you really want to start the game Fallout 2 first. I don't know if that actually has some veracity to it. But I would like to play it eventually at some point. You know, I know that there are some purists out there that say that, you know, Fallout 3 basically ruined the Fallout series, which I don't know if I completely agree with, but it'd be a bit pretentious for me to say it one way or the other without actually playing the original couple. Oh shit, I need my way from there. I'm gonna die. Let my skellies do their magic. Come on, attack that. I hate these fallen shamans. So just in general, when I play Diablo 2, I always try to go after the enemies, the monsters and stuff that actually resurrect and summon first. It's always a big pain in the ass. There we go. I think I just got a unique. I straight up think I just got a unique. Nope. What we got? Plague Heart. Unfortunately, we can't use it. Got my dash though. Got a new. Okay. You're probably right. It's interesting that you say start with the first and then the second. I mean, I'm always more of a guy that does games sequentially anyways. It just seems like for some of the Fallout veterans out there, if you want to call them that, they really advocate starting on the second game for some reason. I don't know, I think it's just like different mechanics maybe. Eventually at some point I think I will. Maybe I'll even do a series on it. Although I'm gonna end up walking into the game kind of blind. Just like I was saying. Haven't really played it before. And it's also funny you say that about the Fallout New Vegas, because it seems like everybody loves New Vegas. I like New Vegas. One thing I didn't like about New Vegas was I was a big fan of the ammunition system. I mean, it had like the new... Okay, so we just actually completed the quest, but I don't remember seeing the little quest log thing saying that I only had a couple monsters left.
Is that enough to earn the rogue's trust?
Weird. Alright, so we already know where Miss Flavy is. So let's go there and look at the shits, the waypoint. We're out of identify potions here. I mean, scrolls.
Beware, the evil is strong ahead.
Negative, I am evil. Alright, gotta keep my, there we go. I always love it when they appear right at the beginning. Right, let's just go back and sell all this crap.
You have Good evening.
Oh, I'm sorry. God damn it. I can't go back and actually get that, the thingy, the text. I gotta stop myself from actually exiting out of them so fast. Alright, let's just chuck all of this stuff. Give me a identify scroll. Alright. What'd you think about Fallout Tactics? Seems like that was fairly divisive. There we go. Oh, finally we get a helmet. I'm not gonna pick that up. There we go. Another level. Superior dagger. I'll take that. Take a new skelly. Yeah, let's go ahead and do the exploding shark. Because these things actually do make some money. So, like, gold doesn't really make a difference in this game. Just to give you guys a heads up, if you're not in the know, like, it's not even really even part of the economy. It's just good for repairing your gear. You know, if you look at your gear, you got durability. So repairing that, and then not only that, but mainly for your henchmen. Eventually, we'll get a henchman. Actually, we can probably get that quest right now. And when they die, you can resurrect them. It gets more expensive as time goes on.
Hello.
We want to sell all that. Yeah, fair enough.
Hello.
Yeah, I know about skipping the dialogue. It's just, you know, I'm trying to get that whole complete campaign kind of thing. The whole complete campaign experience.
My rogue scouts have just reported an abomination in the monastery graveyard. Apparently, Andariel is not content to take only our living. Bloodraven, one of our finest captains in the battle against Diablo at Tristram, was also one of the first to be corrupted by Andariel. Now you'll find her in the monastery graveyard, raising our dead as zombies. We cannot abide this defilement. If you are truly our ally, you will help us destroy her.
So Bloodraven isn't that hard, but she can be kind of a pain in the ass if you go in there unprepared. So I'm hoping to gain maybe a couple of levels before you go and tackle her. Maybe get another skeleton or two. Oh, speaking of which, we should probably do that. I'm gonna hold off on the curses until like later on. Actually, you know what? I think maybe I won't do that. What we'll do is we'll set these to hotkey. Gotta be really careful about killing some of the fire and the elemental enchanted enemies. Because when they explode, they do a whole bunch of damage. things. I think for today's stream, we're going to try to get through all of Act 1. I think that that's fairly reasonable. See, firing chains. Oh, fishy bite. They can resurrect these the shadows. Like that. Kill them, damn it. Alright, let's see what we got here. New boots. Pretty garbage. But they're better than nothing. They're better than just regular magic items in the beginning. So we're definitely going to want to find one of the special necromancer shields. And then if we get the runes, I might end up attempting to, what do you call it? Creating some rune words when we get that opportunity, that is. Okay, what anybody says. I always have rings in my, keys. Don't lock the keys, man. Don't lock the keys. I've gotten uniques by locked chests before. Besides, they only take up the one slot. I don't know what I think about the Jade Dragon expansion. You know, a lot of people are... like, if you go on Paradox's forums or the CK Reddit, like, a lot of people, like, sit there and talk shit about Paradox because they implemented China into the game, you know, without expanding the map. Even though Paradox has explained that if they added China to the game, you know, their actual regional area, that it would slow the game down to a crawl. It's just too much of a demand on the game itself. So I think it was actually kind of a smart idea of implementing China without actually putting them on the map. As far as the expansion itself goes, honestly, I'm not really a big fan of it. Okay, let's get this hairy moment here. Continue to flex the gums. Let my little peons do my bidding. So anyways, as I was saying, I have to actually go through the patch notes, because there was the patch that went along with the expansion, and what the actual expansion brought in, because they did improve the areas of like Tibet, and they added in some of the new religions and stuff, like the Taoist religion, and was it Boon? The whole defensive pagans of Tibet. And you know, I would think that Jade Dragon would be good enough to enable just for those reasons, because it really adds a lot of extra content to the game. But if those things were included into the free patches or whatever, I would completely avoid it. You know, I've seen a couple people's screenshots of say China invading France, and I just find that to be incredibly wacky. Like, I can't believe that that's even a thing. That there was a couple weeks ago where, you know, somebody was having the Great Chinese Franco War of like 1210 or excuse me, 1012 or something like that. Like, it's just retarded. That's stupid. So it really depends. I've got mixed feelings about it. I really have to go back and find out what else is actually specifically in the expansion itself. You know, besides the whole, like, Chinese interaction thing. Alright, I'm gonna let my, skeleton warriors do the damage here.
my army of the dead.
I could probably get another skeleton here. I can. Really should have some mana potions on my belt. Get her! Nice. Just gain a level. We got a trap. She'd be a pain in the ass. But, you know, since we have all these skeletons, we're able to sit there and hose her. Now let's refill our belt. Use a ring. Okay, so we're gonna get our first,
Blood Raven.
whatchamacallem, henchman.
Rest well.
They improved the area around Yemen. You know what else? Okay, so I actually asked about the one of the latest dev diaries because they updated the game from 2.8.0 to 0.1, and you know, you never really want to continue on your campaign after an update like that. You always want to roll back to the original patch that you started your campaign on, and it turns out that they're not going to let 2.8.0 available anymore because apparently, according to the devs anyways, if you play it on 2.8.0 with mods enabled on an Iron Man campaign, you could still get achievements. So it was a way to game the system, basically. So they're never going to allow that patch over again. As far as 2.8.1 improving, like, Yemen, I don't think I was really aware of that. But that's cool.
I can hardly believe that you've defeated Bloodraven. Though she was once my closest friend, I pray that her tortured spirit remains banished forever. You have earned my respect, stranger, and the allegiance of the rogues. I have placed several of my best warriors at your disposal.
You know, the other problem that I have with the whole Chinese expansion for Crusader Kings 2 is that, you know, like some of us, like myself, really like to play a Crusader Kings 2 campaign and then export it into O Europa. And, you know, with Mandate of Heaven, China's already, you know, big, huge, and powerful. And it's like with Crusader Kings 2 and this overpowered tributary system, it just makes it even more powerful. It makes it ridiculous.
Greeting. It is clear that we are facing an evil difficult to comprehend, let alone combat. There is only one Haradrim sage, schooled in the most arcane history and lore, who could advise us. His name is Deckard Cain. You must go to Tristram and find him, my friend. I pray that he still lives.
Okay, so we can actually equip our henchmen. So maybe what we should do is probably get a...
Yes?
A, whatchamacallem? A scroll of identify. Oh, there. And then, you know what I should do is I should sell the rest of this shite. And okay. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I did see that, and that that dev diary thingy that they were making her available. I did see that. You're right.
Greetings.
Let's go ahead and repair all of our stuff, and I think since we are doing self-found here, 5% chance to cast level 1 amplify damage. Sold. We'll take a helmet for our peon. Required level 3. Actually, I'll buy that for myself. I don't have enough money for that. What you talking about? Oh, I don't have enough room, duh. Let's equip that on us.
I'll put that to good use.
So I need to be level 6 to do this. I think I'm only level 5. Yep. Roger Dodger. So, okay. See, they implemented this a long time ago, where a lot of these other skills there is like synergy and stuff. So you really do want to pay attention to these other things. I think this one gives us our skeletons better attack. I think we'll just do skeleton mastery. I do try to bank all of my stat points in the beginning, simply because, you know, when you get a piece of gear that you really need to use and you actually have all the stat points to do it. But we are playing in hardcore, so we are going to need to keep our life up. So we're going to go up to 25 vitality here. And probably 20 strength. And I always do it in increments of 5, because every time you gain a level, you get 5 stat points. Makes sense. And I think we'll just keep that there. I don't know why I'm keeping all the chip gems, because that whole Herodric Cube recipe just doesn't work anymore. We are definitely going to want to switch henchmen in Act 2, so we get the aura. We're carrying enough potions here. Do 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 do. Let's destroy some monsters. It'd be really nice if I had a spree shrine right about now. I like picking up the explodey potions. They sell for gold. They're using them up too. Oh, finally a shield. Take it out. Yeah, I loved Mandate of Heaven. Don't get me wrong. I love it for everything it did, except for the changes to Ming. Because if you think about that, play without Mandate of Heaven on and roll back your patch to like pre-Mandate of Heaven, right? And watch Ming. I bet you if you do a statistical analysis, you let the game run, and for 100 games, right? And you were to get like a statistical breakdown, I bet you the majority of the time, at least 65 to 70% of the time, Ming-closion happens, if not more. I'm just being conservative here. Now, it's like it's been completely flip-flopped. It seems like Ming-closion never happens. It's just a rarity. And it makes fighting over in that region just not impossible. It's just a big pain in the ass. You know, like, you have to keep doing all these to eat away at Ming by taking out their tributaries, because you can't just attack Ming head on, because otherwise you're going to have to deal with everybody else, right? It's stupid. I don't like it. But my problem with it is that they put in all those quality of life features like the diplomatic macros and whatnot, right? Why in the fucking hell did they not include that into the free patch? Why? That makes no sense. That should be that should give access to everybody should have access to it. Oh, let's see, we need a mana potion. I'm gonna pick up the Rejuvi potions because
I need mana.
No skeletons.
Not enough mana.
Okay, so hit recovery. I'll take that.
I'll put that to good use.
So where we're at, we are in the study field.
I sense many spirits around the stones.
Just looking for the waypoint here now. Especially since we have the stamina shrine. Fortunately, we're gonna have to sit there and roll out with these identify scrolls until we get King. But that's aight. We'll get him momentarily. Money. Curse this early in the game because it's like the arrow effect is garbage. It's so small. It's just better to put everything up into your skeletons. Nice. So she, my henchman just gained a level. Don't have a scroll. Can be a horde nearby. No, don't get me wrong. There are some people out there that are like pretty damn good with the game. Like, I don't think I'm bad by any means. I actually think I'm kind of like at an intermediate skill level. Because there's a lot of different ways to skin a cat in that game, and it's like if you don't know what you're doing, you're just trying to do it like in a kind of a conventional manner, you're gonna have a much harder time.
And so it came to pass that the Countess, who once bathed in the rejuvenating blood of 100 virgins, was buried alive, and her castle, in which so many cruel deeds took place, fell rapidly into ruin. Rising over the buried dungeons in that god-forsaken wilderness, a solitary tower, like some monument to evil, is all that remains. The Countess's fortune was believed to be divided among the although some say that more remains unfound, still buried alongside the rotting skulls that bear mute witness to the inhumanity of the human creature.
Alright, so that's part of our quest, the Forgotten Tower. It's a really nice place to farm runes and whatnot. Can I get another skeleton? 3 skeletons. We can get a golem. I don't remember which golem that you actually really wanted. I think it might have been the iron golem. Let's see here. No. There was one of the golems. Maybe it was just clay golem. I don't remember which one was the actual one that you wanted. But it was another character in the long line in your zoo. A Roomba can damage me? Which campaign are you talking about? He's avoiding it? Well, yeah. Which campaign are you specifically referencing?
Good evening.
Actually, I need 2 of you. And sell all the rest of this stuff.
Good evening.
Finally equipped better armor. And just put my rejuvie potions in here. Because we're gonna, as soon as we get 3 of them in the cube, we're gonna make them full rejuvies.
We'll put that to good use.
Oh, that's right, we gotta find Cain. Arr. You know, I don't think he really plays the game much. I mean, he just recently put out a video like how to start off with this Novgorod, right? But I don't really think he's all that interested in playing the game very much. I mean, I don't want to. I mean, that's my assumption, anyways, because I know that he's mentioned in the past that he's played like over like several thousands of hours in EU4, and I bet he's probably pretty burnt out, so I can't really hold it against him. The thing I don't really like, you know, I don't really keep up with Arumba, even though I'm subscribed to his channel, is that he puts out like these like 23, 25-minute long videos, and I'm like, you know, especially when he's in the middle of wars and doing all this strategizing and everything, you get like 20 minutes worth of footage, and by the time the next episode is published, it's like, he almost didn't recap, like, he just doesn't put out enough. Same thing with, you know, the other thing I have to say is that, like, a lot of these guys are, I'm just not really interested in a lot of the campaigns and the games and stuff that they're playing. So it's like, for the longest time now, like, a lot of them, like, Core 18 is a good example. Like, this plays a lot of stuff I just don't really give a shit about. I have no interest in whatsoever. Or I'm just not finding it interesting to watch. They're very good at what they do, and I am a fan. I mean, I do appreciate what they do, so don't misconstrue. Yeah, I know. He's got the Arumba's got that campaign, the Abbassides. Although I feel like, oh wait, you know what? We've got to be looking for the goddamn cave. What are we doing? I don't know. Like his last Crusader Kings 2 campaign series that I was interested in was his Kingdom of David one, where he played as Ethiopian Jews and had to reform the actual Kingdom of Israel, or maybe Israel, or is it Kingdom of David? I don't remember. The Achievements Kingdom of David. Because I have attempted that in the past, and it's pretty tough. You have to have, like, a lot of luck. Especially because, you know, you're sitting right next to on top of, like, all these huge Islamic blobs that just want to invade you. So I was actually really interested in his in that specific campaign. Oh, it's so much easier having all these skeletons around. Ooh. I don't have a scroll, though. Can't equip it. I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know about that. The whole falsely confessing faith. I'm not sure. You know, personally, is that option even available if you play with monks and mystics on? I don't know. Oh, finally we get a necromancer shield. It's shitty though. I think I'm gonna keep what I have. You know, speaking of Crusader Kings 2, I was actually thinking about doing an After the End campaign with the After the End mod. But I had a bit too much to drink when I started that series, and things weren't really going as well as I hoped in the beginning because they changed a bunch of stuff. So I kind of canceled that for the moment. What sucks is we're going to spend all this time leveling up our henchmen, and then we're going to get rid of her in favor of the Act 2 merc. That's what I go after first in all games. It's the ones that spawn enemies or resurrect enemies, and it's usually the healers. That's why I feel like my little tagline is kind of a misnomer. Should be healers die first. They're the most annoying. Oh wait, duh. I just need strength for that. I didn't need to identify it. Alright, our scimitar here. You know, I could actually take this off and get rid of one of my skellies. I think we're gonna do that for the moment. Because we are meleeing a bunch of troops until I get a sizable amount of peons that I can summon. I mean, we are gonna end up having to melee some of this. We also are looking for the waypoint here too. Any more? Gain a level. I know this is kind of dangerous to do in hardcore. I just want another skeleton. Oh. It'd be nice to be able to get skeleton mages. You don't think it's fleshed out? You don't think so? I mean, I think it's more threshed out than the Game of Thrones mod. Personally. You know, I will say that I've experienced less jank and less, like, game crashes and stuff.
I am overburdened.
Playing with After the End compared to, say, whatchamacallit, Game of Thrones. You know what, we're gonna dump this other garbage here, pick up this other scimitar.
This tree shines with inner spirits.
So much garbage in my inventory. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what, you know, to be very honest with you, I don't know if it's changed much, you know, over the last couple expansions, because it's been, I don't know, I think maybe at least a good year and a half since I really touched the mod, and it was working just fine then. I didn't have any problems with it. And then, you know, with all the updates and everything, maybe something's changed, where it's just not running as effectively as it could. I don't know. I mean, it worked fine for me the other night. I didn't have any problems. All right, we're just looking for the waypoint now. So we're our map on. So I think about every hour, around the hour, I'm gonna take a or so. Because Daddy's got some needs that I need to take care of. Also, with the After the End mod, too, is I was looking and they did update one of the files like a few days ago, as far as like completely to accommodate some of the changes that the J Dragon brought in. It doesn't look like they've done anything yet, which is unfortunate. I mean, so it kind of worked out to my benefit that when I played the other night, it's just things weren't really going well for me in the game at the point. You know, it's just because I think I had too much to drink and I was playing like shit. But you know, I actually thought about it. I was like, you know, I think I'm gonna hold off. I'm gonna give it a little bit of time and wait to see what the devs of the mod actually end up doing with it, because hopefully they'll update it with the J Dragon stuff.
Ah, very good. I have translated the runes on this scroll. You must find the cairnstones and touch them in the order that I have written. Good day.
All right, let's sell some of this shite. You know what? I think I'm actually going to keep some of these, this rare... I don't remember how to pronounce this. It's not Baradici. It's Berdiche. Something like that. I'm going to save it, you know, for when we get to Act 2, unless we find something better. So let's get 3 scrolls here. Alright. Oh, this one's better. And
I'll put that to good use.
take that. And the world stopped making sense mod? I've never even heard of it. Never heard of that one. I know one of Paradox's Crusader Kings 2 developers. He made a mod. It was the Shattered World mod, but he stopped updating it like a long time ago. I think like about 2 years ago.
Good day.
Which is quite unfortunate because I really loved it. And then, you know, the the Game of Thrones guys, they actually implemented it. As you can see in my campaign run as Nath, you know, I put it on the Shattered World set to counts. Like, that is fun. I really wish I could play Crusader Kings. Yeah, actually, how about this? This is what I gotta say about Crusader Kings 2 and Paradox in general. I want Crusader Kings 2 to take a little bit away from Firaxis's Civilization series. Like, you play Civ 5, for instance, and you go and you start up a new game, and there's a whole wealth of options in there. Now, I'm not saying that Crusader Kings 2 doesn't have its options, because it does. But it's like, I want to be able to play the game a little unorthodox. Like, I want to be able to maybe just break up the world into just individual counties. Like, that would be really fun. I want, like, things like that, you know, or how about this? EU4's got the option of, like, jumbling up the development of each individual province if you wanted to, but Crusader Kings 2 doesn't have something like that. Like, what if we had, I don't know, like, the county of Middlesex in England? You know, it started off with, like, bare bones technology in 1066, but one technology was almost maxed out. You know, you could have like a random, just completely randomized things is what I mean. Like, that would be pretty awesome. And then not only that, but some of the existing rule sets are stupid. Like, I'll say it again. I've said it before. The whole release prisoner after punishment thing is, it's nonsensical. It makes no sense. Absolutely retarded. So anyways, I'm going to take a quick break here. I need to get a drink and drain the lizard, as it were. And I will be back momentarily in a few moments. So I'll see you guys in a few. Alrighty. Let's get back in the game here. There we go. That's right, we gotta go back to the Stony Field. It was the Stony Field, right? It's been a while. Blah, 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 blah. Karen, Stony Field, yep. Set in 476 prior to the fall of Rome. You know, I was actually thinking about this the other day, and the direction that I'd love to see Crusader Kings 2 take is actually, instead of implementing China and all that other stuff, I really wish they would actually bring the timeline back to where we could play like just at the fall of Rome. And whatchamacallit, you know, you could play from basically like the 5th century onward. So there is the possibility of actually just reforming Rome with like Attila and everything else, you know, in the mix. Wait, we don't want to go there. We want to go to the stones. I think that would be cool. I think that would be pretty awesome. I'll have to check out that mod then.
All that's left of proud Tristram.
I'm gonna stop. Will stop making sense. I'll check that out. Because I thought about it, like you couldn't just, like let's say they did an entire expansion, or maybe even Crusader Kings 3, and they had Rome on there, and the game would just be about Rome. That's what it'd be about. I mean, Rome was so big, so it would have to be at the top. We could use another potion. Go kill Griswold here. pick up all my money.
Deckard Cain, if you value your
Alright, one of these guys. Hear you. There you are. You little bastard. No, I'm not going to clear the entire thing out. I'm just going to come over here to Wirt's body. Gosh. Money, money, money. And we don't need Wirt's leg. Throw that shite down. Alright, well, we don't need that. I'm a little stingy about using my scrolls of teleport, or a town portal. So I always try to use the waypoints, except for times like that.
You have risked your life to rescue Cain. For that we thank you. We must seek his counsel immediately.
You know, it looks like my my webcam like timed out. Hold up, 1 second here. See if we can fix that. Let's see here. Hey, webcam, gonna wake up? Come on. So my webcam is not working right now. Come on, baby. Work for me. I think my webcam just went down. I think... No, we're just going to keep the webcam off. How about that? I think that probably makes most sense right now. I wonder why it went out. I have no idea why. I think it just timed out. No, I can Google it. It's fine. Let's see here.
As a token of my gratitude, I will identify items for you at no charge. Regrettably, I could do nothing to prevent the disaster which devastated Tristram. It would appear that our greatest fears have come to pass. Diablo, the Lord of Terror, has once again been set loose upon the world. As you know, some time ago Diablo was slain beneath Tristram, and when our hero emerged triumphant from the labyrinth beneath town, we held a grand celebration that lasted several days. Yet, as the weeks passed, our hero became increasingly aloof.
Alright, so now we have access to Cain. +2 strength. Sure. But it's kind of a bummer that the webcam went out. I'm gonna have to take a look at that. I think it just timed out.
When I fled the... Yes?
So I think we could probably sell all this stuff. And God damn it, I'm...
The monastery can confuse even those who know it well. Stay alert in there.
So I ended up scrolling through that a little too quickly, so we weren't able to get it. So I need to go into the thingamabobber, the end place, the catacombs area, and I need to find her special hammer, the Herodric Malice. Let's see here. Let's do this real quick. There we go. So onward we must go. So if we take a look at the map, Okay, so the entrance is going to be over here in this direction somewhere. Level. I do generally try to keep a scroll of identifying my inventory, just so I can identify things on the fly without having to go back to town. Might be able to get a new skeleton. No, I can't. Once again, we're on the hunt for the whatchamacallit, the waypoint. We're also looking for the tower, so we can kill the Countess and get some runes, hopefully. So nice to play some unadulterated Diablo 2. I know mods are really big at this game still. There's some other mod called like Puggy or something like that gives you like an increased stash size. But funk that. Never played mods. Where is the waypoints? Take the armor shrine. But it'd be nice if we got into the further acts. Maybe there's a chance I might be able to get a homunculus. Or at least a unique wand would be really nice right around now.
Yes?
Alright, man. Well, take it easy, dude. It was nice to see some of my subscribers come in and interact with you. Well, we definitely have better helmet here.
I'll put that to good use.
Yeah, like I said, I think we're just gonna try to go through Act 1 today.
What can I do for you?
At least that's the plan, anyways. Although we'll see. We'll see how things go. should have just used that instead of the damn waypoint. Whatever. Right, well, we know it's somewhere around here. It'll pop up on our map when we find it. I mean, of course it will. I'm just saying that it's a big huge deal. Give me my gold. No, I was really, honestly, a bit nonplussed about which game I wanted to play next after I finished up the Legend of Grimrock series. I just really nothing was really speaking out to me until I decided, you know what, like I actually kind of want to play a game that I want to play, and Diablo 2 it is. Although I'm just going to do this as a live stream.
This
instead of just doing it on my own.
Reeks of death.
Although I probably will do a little bit on my own, like if I'm going to be doing like magic find runs and whatnot. We're actually down by skeleton. Maybe we should egress, get a couple skeletons and come back in. Let's see, we need some corpses. So that's the one downfall of actually playing as a zoomancer. Once all your peons die, you're kind of screwed. And there's no corpses on the ground, so you gotta go back out there and farm them. There we go. Fortunately, I got a little too close to Frost Nova. Bye, bitch. Actually just the tower, because it seems like you just get better drops here just in general anyways, so I do try to clear it out. I mean, I'm not going to go way out of my way to do it, but I do try to get as many of these guys as I can. Besides, these guys are enemies here give you quite a bit of experience. Finally get another skeleton. See, they can do my bidding. No, I don't have to sit there and get blasted by that. You know what? We're actually could probably use a little bit of a heal here. We are playing on hardcore. See, what are you? You got stone skin, okay. As long as they're not like elementally enchanted. There you go. experiencing a little bit of desync here with the touch. But if we do get significant desync, I mean, I'm going to cancel out the game. Just kind of the way that goes. But I'm hoping that doesn't actually put a damper on today's stream. You know what I probably should do is maybe give myself a little bit more vitality. The other nice thing about the tower is it actually has a lot of these decent mobs. Magical ones. So I think that definitely improves our chances of actually getting stuff. I want all of the money laying on the ground. Just want my peons to do their thing here. I think after I get done maxing out the skeletons is when we'll start looking into perhaps getting some more amplified damage. Because when you go with this build, amplified damage is really one of the good curses that you can get. Especially if you get like some items that increase the area of oh, we got a scroll of identify here. Definitely have a couple of those on hand. Because the Countess does have a chance of actually dropping other stuff than runes.
Your blood will boil.
Okay. My skeletons are dying. So we can just take our Darkstalker peons here and just fight the Countess straight up. We'll be alright. Except when that happens.
Treasure finding? Yes.
Yes. Why, yes, I want some treasure finding. Well, I don't need all these potions. Pick up this last little batch of gold here. So here's the thing, is that when we got out of the Black Marsh, instead of actually taking a... No, you know what, screw it. I was going to say, normally what I would do is I would just walk my way out of this place and then go look for the next waypoint. But that's okay.
Well done, my friend. Courage and opportunity together have created in you a kind of alchemy.
The Sisterhood welcomes you.
Anything good? Actually.
I'll put that to good use.
Good day.
+9 to mana. Well, yes, I'll equip that. So I got kind of shitty runes. I think it's either L or Eld. I don't remember which one is the first one you can get. I think it might be Eld. It used to be that you'd get the Ral, Tyr, and Ort. So you were able to, I think, what was it? Stealth or... I forget the actual... the rune word that you'd get the runes for every time.
Good day.
Used to be that way anyways. But not anymore. Maybe I'll do some Countess runs sometime in the future. So I can sit there and try to farm some runes. So now it's on our way to the actual castle itself. The cloister. So the next level, you know what? Finally get a goddamn amulet. It's one piece of gear that I'm missing. So no, just out of curiosity, I know that we want to get at least one golem, but I don't remember which one we wanted. And I'm thinking it was probably a clay golem. It wasn't fire, maybe iron. Properties of the item. No, we don't want to do that. Saves with you life. I think it was just clay golem. So maybe we'll get clay golem next, because I think that's... It's supposed to be basically like a big tinky creature that you can summon to add to your menagerie. That went completely the wrong way here. We're out of stamina potions, so it looks like I'm gonna end up having a power walk here in a moment. Oh, finally. Yes. And another one. What's up? So normally I would have a face cam. I would have a face cam, but my webcam timed out. Unfortunately, the only way I can get it back up and running is if I actually exit out of my recording software, which means it would cancel the stream. And so we definitely don't want to do that. Gotta sit here and pay attention to my skeletons. Not to mention my life. Did he die? He died. Yeah. Got a new bow. Henchwoman. Henchman. Yeah, I think we're gonna play until we're done with Andariel. And that's where I'll call it the end of the stream, whenever that might be. So I don't want to like walk into fighting Andariel and being completely underpowered. So we're gonna take our time here. Gain a couple levels. And I think I am going to get a golem. Well, it makes sense. And I apologize if there's not enough commentary for you guys. Interesting in this. There's only so many times we're gonna be like, die! Kill him! Besides, we are playing on hardcore. It requires...
This place has the stench of demons about it.
A certain amount of... a certain amount of paying attention. God, I hate fighting these goddamn shaman guys. Little bastard right there. I think we can probably go back to town.
Stay a while and listen.
That's definitely a better bow.
I'll put that to good use.
You better. Let's see, what do we got here? Really shitty jewelry. But we are doing a complete 100% found character here, so everything that I pick up, everything's got some kind of value to it. I don't think I have anything here. No, I don't. Neither does my peon, right? Nope. No empty sockets. Alright, I am going to keep my rejuvenation potions, like I said before, so that way I can start creating full rejuve potions once we get
Good
the cube
evening.
in the next act. Alright, so we just need to find the Heraldric Malice, get some levels, and whoop Andariel's ass. And hopefully finding some better gear on the way would be really hopeful. Is maybe actually talk to Charcy, maybe look at her inventory, and maybe buy some new gear. I mean, after all, I am sitting here dicking around with picking up all this gold. Could probably be using it for something other than resurrecting our henchmen, which we haven't had to do yet. Repairing durability. It's so nice to play this game. Favorite game of all time. There's nothing out there that really scratches the itch like this game does. And Blizzard, hey, if you're watching, let's hurry up with that HD remaster. Or even if it's not an HD remaster, I was actually so tempted to hold off on doing like a live stream or a series on this game until that actually came out. I mean, that is presuming, of course, it does come out, but hey, let's not beat around the bush. We know it's going to happen. But since there is no like release date or anything, and it just made sense and prudent now. Because why not? Gotta watch my skeleton count. Let's get our golem. Actually, set that to F3 here. There we go. find them. If you look at the mini-map right here. I feel kind of stupid when I'm actually talking about that. Because I'm just going to assume that nobody's played this game before, or doesn't know anything about it. That's probably the safest thing. Or maybe you played it, but not really too much. So if I'm explaining things and you're like, well, what the hell are you talking about, dude? We already know that. That's why. Just gotta sip from the well here. Recharge our life and our stamina. God damn it. Start dropping something good. I'd like to get some more rares or maybe even some uniques. I could take my chances with Geed. So when it comes to actually dropping off the Herodric Malice, I'm gonna request. But we're gonna leave the as is. We're gonna leave that alone. Actually, you know what? It's funny because I always end up hoarding the thing, and I never end up actually using it. I always figure it's probably worth your time until you get to maybe like the end game, or if you're like really stuck somewhere in the mid game, like in Nightmare, and you really need new gear. Although most of the time when her quest reward, right, it turns a regular item into a rare item, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think there's a better chance of getting some of the better mods on there or not, but a lot of times it's still a hunk of shit. You end up vendoring it anyways. Oh, just heard a new belt. Unfortunately, it doesn't give us any more potion slots. Okay, so we're in jail level 1, and jail level 2 is where we'll be able to get our next waypoint. So that's, I'm gonna try to hold off on actually going back up in town until that point. We don't have any, okay, so we're also looking for a couple of scrolls of Identify, so maybe we can get our hands on the better amulet once I identify it. Wait, some of these locked chests aren't really doing it, except for that one that I opened up on the previous level. And yes, I am going to destroy all the barrels, open all the chests and all that stuff. I've gotten uniques that way, and set items and stuff. So don't knock it. There's always a possibility of one of them dropping something good. Alright, here's our way down. There's no reason to continue on with level 1. I mean, other than fighting the monsters and potentially gaining another level. Which is something that we want to do, I mean, don't get me wrong. Oh, stamina potion. Definitely can use some better armor, because these skeletal archers here, and every time they blast me, I am taking some decent damage here. I mean, our gear sucks. It's not too uncommon to see this kind of gear in, with a self-found starter character. A lot better. We're full up on potions here. We're looking for the waypoint. Actually, it'd be nice to find both of them. It's always really convenient when the waypoint and the way down are in the same location. Come on, where is it? Let me find it, please. Oh my god, get out of there. What are you doing? Get your ass in there. Which is a little bit better for your summoned minions. They just kind of stand around there. Quit wasting my fucking time. Get in there and do your job. Sucks, we just hit kind of a dead end here. Kind of, sort of. Ooh, a jewel. Oh, it was a dead end. So I think we're gonna have to double back. I don't know what's over here. Please be the waypoint. Please be the waypoint. Come on. Nice, we got a scroll of identify. Let's take a look at our amulet. It's either money or energy. I'd rather have the energy at the moment. Speaking of which, we should probably do another round of vitality. I think I'm going to pump 5 points into energy. Like I was saying before, as I always try to do everything in 5-point increments. Every time you gain a level, 5 points. Alright, so we found our way down. Now we're just looking for the waypoint. I want to have them all unlocked. Just kind of a personal choice for me. It's nice as my skeletons are actually surviving all this. A lot of enemies here. Just gonna hang back and let them take care of it, because that's what they're there for. Skeletal mage here. So let's see here. Let's do, say, amplified damage. There. That looks good. Perfect. Get our first skeletal mage. We want a couple healing potions, please. Por favor. Inventory looks like trash right now. What is all this shit? It's just unidentified stuff. Okay. You know what I should have done? I should use that scroll of identify on the actual charm, so we get the bonuses from it. Yeah, I know, like, I do have a large charm in my inventory and it's a piece of garbage, but it's better than nothing for now. So until I have something better to replace it with, or I'm really hurting on inventory space, we're gonna keep them. Even if they are just like, you know, +1 to attack rating. You know what I should have done? I actually should have went back to town. Totally skipped my mind.
Good day.
Should have went back to town from the waypoint. Wait, what the hell? It didn't give it to me. Or am I stupid here? Maybe we didn't actually get it. I think I'm stupid. Let's see here. Let's take a look at my henchwoman.
I'll put that to good use.
And that's actually got some sockets.
I can't use that.
Yeah, you can. Oh, you don't need that. Okay, so give me your armor here. Go ahead and stick one of our worthless jewels in on this. There, that looks good.
I'll put that to good use.
The other thing we should do is probably stick all these smaller rejuvenation potions in my stash.
Where can I take you?
Good to see you. Oh, thanks so much for returning the Herodric Malice. I will now imbue one of your items with magical powers.
Well, I'm not going to do it. I always, like I said, I always try to hoard that. So as far as our armor and shit goes, you guys actually have... I need to get some more strength. Like, I should totally buy that. Do we have enough points to raise my strength up that high? We do. Awesome.
Greetings.
So I will take some new armor. And what does suck is I just ended up using all those jewels. Although, you know what I could have probably done is stuck this requirement jewel in it. Let's see here. Get some more life. And attack rating, mana, more life. Let's get some more life. The chipped gem recipe just doesn't work anymore like it used to. So even if we did find a cruel Colossus blade or a Colossus blade in general, like we wouldn't be able to re-roll its stats, its affixes on it. I mean, we would be able to, but it would only be up to what is it, like level
Hello.
Item level 30.
It is certain that we face the Demon Queen, Andariel, who has corrupted the rogue sisterhood and defiled their ancestral monastery. This does not bode well for us, my friend. Ancient Herodric texts record that Andariel and the other lesser evils once overthrew the three prime evils, Diablo, Mephisto, and Baal, banishing them from hell to our world. Here they caused mankind untold anguish and suffering before they were finally bound within the Soul Stones. Andariel's presence here could mean that the forces of hell are once again aligned behind Diablo and his brothers. If this is true, then I fear for us all. You must kill her before the monastery becomes a permanent outpost of hell, and the way east lost forever.
Right, so we gotta go kill Andariel. Let's go back to jail level 3 and unfortunately go back up, because I haven't found the waypoint. It's gotta be down here then. I was a little bit too hasty there. After I fought all those enemies, I was like, oh, I think I already found the waypoint. You know, I had it in my head, like we actually accomplished it, and it actually didn't happen. So it's not here. Oh, what the hell? It is level 2, isn't it? Or is it level 1? Mutter Trucker. I don't remember. I think maybe it was jail level 1. I mean, it does give us the excuse to actually go back up to level 1, right? And fight some more monsters, because I do want to have enough levels here to take care of Andariel. Like, I don't want to really struggle when I'm fighting her. was not only did it give us better armor, but it also increased our stamina. So I'm not gonna sit here and stick around with walking. Go back to running. Oh, where the hell is this thing? It's like a whole part of this level I didn't even explore. Let's see here. Probably heal ourselves a little bit. Come on, man, what are you doing? Your ass is in here. Help me kill these goddamn things. Getting a little bit of desync again. You know what? We got a couple of champion monsters over here. If I could just get my peons in there to attack them. Alright, nice. Took care of that problem real quick. What am I missing here? So I'm guessing it's just this one little area over here. Oh, please don't be a dead end. I don't remember which level it is. I thought it was jail level 2, but apparently it's not. It's jail level 1. Okay, so inner cloister, of course. It's going to be very interesting to see how this character progresses. I mean, being a self-found character, that is. Because the build itself isn't anything new. There's a slowly... There we go. Walk back to the 3rd level. I don't know why, but for some reason in my mind I kept thinking it was jail level 2 for the waypoint. So that's why I was spending so much extra time around there. Come on, game. Give me like a unique. Please. I really want one. You know what's funny about this game is that a long time ago, the Stone of Jordan, it's a unique ring, used to be this economy out there. And I've dumped probably thousands of hours into this game over years. And to this day, I have never found a Stone of Jordan. Because when you get a unique, you don't know what kind of ring it's going to be. I mean, it really depends.